you need to know that that money's due. Because like what was just mentioned here, as my hand was starting to go down, you know, you need to know that that money is past due.
Right.
You know, so, Jan, to your benefit, what a bookkeeping nightmare if you spread that out. I think if you just do another bill and waive the finance charges for the next 6 months on everybody, it's easy, I think, but you've got a great support staff here, Bridger, to help you out with
Mountain's
this.
a very good support staff, and so we'll work it so that it's, like I said, I wanna make it
Suggestion.
fair and appropriately charged for everybody, whether they paid the bill or not. We'll make sure that it's all taken care of, so that nobody gets overcharged or undercharged.
Yep.
That is why I'm here, is to make sure that everybody is treated equally, and that's how it's going to be ran.
We need a motion on this.
Yes, we do.
I'll make a motion
Motion to what?
Make a motion
to
to
Spread it out, to waive,
to
to what?
pursue June's billing and spread it out.
I think, did Black Mountain tell you that you can spread it out over several months?
I just know that we have a miscellaneous charge.
Right,
I
I think
just-
what's gonna happen is more like what Spencer is saying,
We're
you're gonna
probably
bill it
gonna
out,
do
it's
that.
gonna hang out there in the past due under the miscellaneous, and you're just not gonna charge a finance report, but it's gonna have to all be billed at once, I don't think you can spread a billing out like that in the system. Unless you speak to Black Mountain and they tell you different, because it's not a situation I've encountered.
However, those that do have a hardship, they need to come in and talk to you and
And I wish they
work
would.
something out.
And I wish they would, if they, if they have a hardship, I wish they would come in and say,
Well, that's the effect of waiving the finance charge. They wait
Yeah.
until, right before June 1st to pay it, they're not gonna be penalized.
yeah.
But if they can pay it now, that's great.
Yeah.
You need to put the deadline on it, say this is what it is, and you have till this date to have it caught up.
Yeah.
That and I say besides just the water bill notifying, whether it's in the post office or in the window of the town hall, just something to where, like the tenants that are renters that never see it, at least they got a heads up.
That's a good point.
I was going to send, like I said, with that letter, with the ordinances, I will send out another letter, with the bill, even, just, Matt,
Would you mind making sure that Hope sees that before you lick the
I was
switch?
going to enlist Hope's
We've already
to
talked
get
about
them.
it. It's
So,
just a matter of, you guys need to finish that vote.
Let's,
You need to motion it.
Need a second.
Need a second.
I'll second pursuing the funds of June for water bills.
Water sewer bill.
Water sewer bill.
Okay.
You
Any
didn't
other-
vote, Did you?
No,
All in favor?
all in favor.
Aye.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Thank you, that's all right.
You're lame.
Okay. Let's see, next on the list is zoning. The Fendler zoning permit. I don't know what we got here.
Are the Fenwers here? Okay. Did you get my letter? Okay. You understood what it said? Okay.
That's what I told her, but she was adamant that I was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, there was
Did
nothing
you
in
see
your
the
letter
letter
that I
attached
disagreed
to
with.
the zoning?
I did.
I was just giving them information, they were up to speed, they knew what was going on. I
We
just,
did all our research long before we bought it, so.
have you started
I
the
was told
procedure
that
with
it
the
wasn't a residential B, I was told it wasn't allowed to have trailers, I was told it wasn't allowed to have courts, it was on and on and on and on. And basically what Hope wrote in her letter is what I tried to tell the mayor that was uninformed. Kind of.
Have you started the procedure with the county as far as getting the?
Well, the way I read the, because it's not actually a subdivision, I'm not making separate lots for sale.
But they define a
It's-
minor subdivision.
Right, but it's, like by the town ordinance, you're allowed 9 trailers per acre. So if you're gonna subdivide it and make an actual legal separation, you have to go through the subdivision procedures.
They define subdivision a little differently at the county level, is what I'm saying. And it does meet the definition of a minor subdivision. Okay.
For a legal
Yes.
separated,
Is it
so I'm not really
close to a-
wanting to really, I just leave it the same as it is.
Yeah.
I'm not wanting
Did
to
you
make
go
it
on-
illegal.
Online and look at the
I did,
subdivision
and that's kind of the
requirements?
way I understood it.
Well, as I read it. Okay.
Cause
Yeah,
I'm not wanting to make it for sale or make it
Yeah, but you're
separate
making
lots
it for
for each.
rental, right? You're gonna rent these trailers out,
I'm not gonna rent the trailer, just a lot,
just a
just a
lot?
place to,
Okay.
I'm not gonna buy trailers,
Well,
I never really wanted.
What I
to in
would
the first place,
suggest
but-
is you make sure that the county gives you the correct advice as far as, is this a minor subdivision? Okay, so that you don't go ahead, if the council votes in favor of you doing this, that you don't go ahead and do it, and then it comes up that, hey, you ran afoul of the county subdivision requirements.
Okay, so,
So I call the
yeah,
planner,
okay.
okay?
I just gotta, I mean, like, since it is a municipality, right?
Mhm. But
Here, Fromberg,
But since the town of Fromberg has adopted the growth policy and has a member on the planning board, they have agreed then, by doing so, that they also follow the county regulations as far as subdivisions. We don't have necessarily a subdivision requirements here in the town, okay,
right?
to follow.
But I'm not, I guess where I got lost is because I'm not making it illegal separate lots.
Yeah,
As in, cause like if you look at, I got a map of it and it's really small in there, but, I mean, it's just, you know, the sections around that cul-de-sac. I'm not changing the lot description or size or anything else. That was kinda where I lost, but
I understand.
I'll have to, I mean, I can ask them, but,
I would just go present the same plan. Are we gonna have to follow these requirements, okay? Just go to the county and run that by, but
So is it gonna have each, cause there's 3 on the map, so you're gonna have 3 services for each type thing? Cause that's the way I think it's
that's,
worked out.
that's what it would have to be, the
Right,
way I
sure.
understand it, the way that I mean, it says a separate water. It says a separate sewer, but I have no idea how you do that. There is this 4-inch sewer going up there, and by state of Montana law, you can have 256 fixture units per 4-inch drain on a 1/2-inch slope. So I mean, I'm not knocking the ordinance, but I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
understanding, like, I'm on the cul-de-sac and I'm on the very corner, that's my driveway, how I'm gonna get 4 separate 4-inch water mains to go on all these trailers? It just kinda seems ridiculous, redundant, and, so I mean, there's already a 4-inch main going across the property, and by state statute, you can, like I said, 256 fixture units per 4-inch main on a 1/2-inch slope. So, I mean, I'm not exactly sure on how you're supposed to do that. I mean, I get the water, I mean, you gotta have curb stop for building is how it's labeled in there. And so you have to have curb stops somehow, and I'm not sure how you do that. And the weird thing is there's a curb stop in the backyard and nobody knows what that goes to, and it's not, Jeremy and I looked, and it's not on any maps. We have no idea. There's another T-handle sticking out of the ground. No idea what that is. Our original meter pit that I was trying to fix had a bypass. I mean, it's all goofed up.
I can only tell you what's on the list.
I know, Jeremy and
I just don't want you to go through the whole
Right.
process here and then go to the county and the county says, well, yeah, under our definition of minor subdivision, this fits, and you're gonna have to follow these procedures and to make it legal.
I'd just say you have them put something in writing to where, like on ours, since we did adopt that growth policy, like she's saying, or at least we have something to where, and then that'll give us time too, actually. You know, get up there and get somebody to actually look at it too, which obviously I know a place you can. So.
See, the problem with these smaller municipalities, they don't have a planner,
Yeah,
okay? And so, people that do this for a living, planning part of it, that's why the towns are allowed to rely on the county planning department when you get to subdivision regulations. Yeah, it makes it difficult for you, and I apologize, but I can't recommend the council right now that they approve until we find out if this is a minor subdivision. And that, you know, you don't waste all your time doing all this, and then them come back and say, no, your violation's not subdivision law.
so there's already
a water and sewer service, cause there was a trailer there in this one spot. 2000, previous to 2002. So the water main, or the sewer was already ran there. The water curb stop got ran over, from what I understand, by a semi and broke. And my family had to go down there and dig it up, and we got pictures of it, and they basically just kinked it over and buried it. And Jeremy was there when it took place. So the services were already there. So I don't know if that already went through the system. I have no idea. We don't honestly know. But the one going to, for those of you guys that don't know where we're talking about, it's one on Cactus Drive. The original owner was Elmer Halverson.
Yeah, well, and Beekler's owned it before
And
that.
Beekler's owned it
And
before.
they had lived in the trailer house prior to moving the modula in that now exists when the trailer house got moved out.
Yeah,
So
so-
I don't know if you call that pre-existing, Hope, I mean.
We have no
that-
idea.
I mean, it was, Beekler's had bought it and the trailer was they
Beekler's-
lived in the trailer.
Beekler's moved that trailer in, that's their,
Wanda and Mike Beekler.
yes.
No, the other one
No,
was the other
then they
one.
moved the new one in. That's the one you're talking
Yep,
about,
Mike
yeah.
moved the new one in.
So it was the one unit was already pre-existing, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah,
we don't know what the heck you're supposed to do.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
understand,
that's
I
why I-
understand what you're saying, but I
I
don't
don't
have
know
any,
what
yeah,
classified or what. I have no idea.
yeah.
And there's nothing on Jeremy's maps anywhere that he could find anyway that show anything. And
So what you're looking at doing now is having people bring a trailer house in, or a mobile home, however that's
Yeah.
listed today, and within a certain age group, to put in there,
mhm.
okay?
The
And,
one thing I did not mention on there, and we didn't think about it till afterwards, is probably drilling a well for irrigation and putting in underground sprinklers on all the properties so that it stays
yeah,
nice. Cause if it's on a meter, they gotta water.
Yeah.
On a rental, they're just not going to, plain and simple.
So
So we're gonna
be
put in
well
a,
up there.
well, I mean, I don't know where you put the well in, and I don't know, do we gotta do
If it's.
some kind of a permit for doing a well to the town, or?
Red Lodge.
Also.
Well, I know Red Lodge, but I mean, talking with you guys.
If it is
For your-
within
for
the
your
city
irrigation.
limits though,
Probably-
when you're within 200,
think so.
I think it's 200 feet, then you have to hook up to city water
Yeah,
You
that's
have
for
to stay
residential.
for
use-
residential use.
You
If
have
you're
to-
gonna use it for irrigation, you probably have to go
Just
to.
irrigation.
Yeah, okay.
Irrigation, you can do it, you can dig a well.
So you don't have to have a,
No permit, you
Okay.
can dig a well.
okay, so I didn't put that on there,
That
but I
was
guess
what
I
I
don't
was
have to.
told, that's what I was told by the last mayor.
Well, I
think
don't.
that you have
And this mayor, when I went, I got on the deal.
Don't have.
I would suggest you
If
just
you go
drill
through-
your well,
What's that?
you can just drill your well.
I would check with
with the county first, because I'm thinking you may have a permit, because everybody that had a well here a number of years ago, we had to register those wells.
You still
yeah,
have to
that's- you still have to
register if
register.
you want to keep any well. I mean, that's, it happens in the county as well. People drill all the time and don't notify the county. And if you get into a water rights law and you didn't register, you're pretty well SOL. But if you register your well
I don't think you
before
can
you
even
drill,
get them to drill without registering.
Yeah.
well, there's some people that have had, believe it or
The driller
not.
made us register ours.
Yeah,
not even-
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'd be.
But you didn't have to do anything other than register to drill your well, yeah.
It's
So I think
subdivision.
what we need to do here is table this motion,
This is Carvey County?
Yes.
or table this item
Yes.
until our next meeting.
Well, no, you need to define when, if you're conditioning your approval on the county's approval, then perhaps it should be that way.
Well, I would like to know what the county has to say first.
Okay.
Has to go on the agenda at the county planning probably, board.
Well, that's up to them.
Yeah, and then we would have to notify you once we have a result from them, and
So-
we'll put it on.
And then we can put it back on the agenda to,
Am I good to put a trailer in the existing spot?
well, I think we need to know, what does the county say?
Well, wait a minute, he's not talking about trailer court.
I
Just a
mean,
single
for right
family.
now, yeah, there's a renter that we have on another property in Bridger.
And there's a current
And we've
spot
been
there
trying
now.
to, we've been trying to find a place for them to reside. And this is an existing lot, and we were trying to give them an avenue, you know, so that they could move down and hook up to the existing lot. So that's on the south edge of the property, basically, I think is how that'd be.
Yeah, I think that would
That's-
probably be up to you.
No, that would
Well, no,
have to
that's-
come-
that's
that would have to
for
come
right
in
now,
front
but
of
I
us
mean-
If he's gonna move a trailer in there.
And what year is it?
On
The
existing lot.
year is where you get.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
has to
that'd
come
be a
in
certain
front of
year.
us.
Breaking
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
proposal.
Yeah, that's
So
the
what,
next year.
yours is 12,
Mine is a 2007, an 07.
2007.
No, that's within
So we would just need to know what you
Yeah, it's
propose.
within 15 years.
I mean,
It would be a new,
it's a 2007, and I think it was
Single
90,
wide.
it's a single. So by the
It's a
ordinances right
16 by
now,
80, Steve.
and how far from
Yeah.
the side property line?
Yeah, we need,
I don't know, I was like, well, we got the
See,
rules are like 15 feet or something.
it's all right there in the residential.
Yeah, I got
But-
See,
Yeah, right
I
now,
tried to come down here before.
right now what the
when
council
I-
has in front of it is listed.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
was,
so we can't approve on that.
because he's my landlord,
To me,
and we're the ones he's
Oh,
helping find an place to go, and
as long
he's
as
the
it
one that's
meets all that,
helping us,
that's gonna be a second.
because he wants.
I mean, it-
When are you planning on doing that?
He's doing that.
Yep.
When are you planning on doing
For
that?
moving,
Yeah.
I'm just
so
trying
it's
to
the
figure out what
single
it
family.
was. What was that like?
Do you wanna do that before our next meeting?
No.
the hang up I got is we gotta have some
I
kind
was
of
told
an
I couldn't
address.
come in with a
It can't be more.
And the addresses are so screwed up on that street, it's ridiculous. I don't know, even, because I have to have a address for that to get the
See, I was
gas
trying to
and
move
the,
down here,
Services to it.
you know, last
Water.
summer.
the gas
Gas turned
I
on.
was told
and
that
the,
I
what's it,
couldn't move
Coley.
in because.
That's what we do in Bridger
They
for
do not
addressing, is
allow
we talk to Tom Coley, and that way he works with 911 and with the
They do
town
not
so that they all
look
match.
Right.
That's who I
okay,
would
so
call.
that's the hang up, it's mainly just an address for that existing lot. I don't
I
know.
was told.
He gets me addresses in 2 or 3 days when I need an address on a
So I
property.
mean, so, yeah, I can talk to Tom.
So if he wants to do this, he needs to fill out a new zoning
Yeah, it's right, you
application.
want
If he wants to move on it within the next month,
She's the one that
then
told me I couldn't.
you can meet at a special meeting, it's up to you. But
We'd be willing to do that if you
that
could
whole
do it that
diagram, you
quick.
want
Yeah,
to make
if
sure.
you
all
get
the
everything
setbacks are
straightened
covered.
out and you come in, let her know and give us heads up where we can
We'll
notify
set
and
up a
go on.
special meeting for that.
Cause it would be a separate.
You get everything done that you need to take care of.
What they're saying is fill out a new application
Yes.
designating, okay, for the single trailer, this is what we propose to
Well, I know
put
the
on
one
there.
Where it's going on the
The year
lot.
of it, where it's going on the lot, so that they can be assured that the setbacks are correct. It's within the lot property lines, okay? And so that we don't have problems there.
Kitty corner lines.
And then they will call a special meeting if you want to move on this within the next month.
Before the next meeting.
If you get that within the next few days, and then just come in, we'll let her know so we can schedule another
But if you
meeting, a
can wait
special
until the
meeting,
next regular
just
meeting,
for that.
you can do that.
Then we can come in and discuss just that and vote on it then.
The one that left was about a big round with my finger.
But
That makes
as far as this application,
Well, she
you
could
have
have
a
been.
motion to table.
We have a motion to table until we see what, the county report is.
Since 16.
Okay?
I make that motion.
We have a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to table the
Proposal.
proposal for the 3 trailers until
They notified
they notify us.
of the counties.
Or finally.
Okay,
So you want me to just tell Jan, is that good enough, or how, who's
So
the?
fill out another
point of
application specific to the one trailer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Treat it separate than the 3 trailers.
Right.
yeah,
Go to the county and find out if this meets the definition of a minor subdivision. If it does follow what they're saying you need to do, okay? If it doesn't, then come back here, put it back on for the next agenda for the council to review then, based on that information.
But move on that one trailer
Right,
by itself.
Cause that'll
For
be
now.
a separate deal to where you
And that'll
fill out.
get
yeah,
your-
that's separate.
your address.
Okay, so we do have a motion and second for this to table. on the three credits. All in favor?
Aye.
And then there's no thing, then he goes back to them. And then
Good question.
that's it.
If you guys, Tom Cole, get Shia's number or she does.
And they
I
will.
guess he's.
And I might have that also.
Okay. What do we have for correspondence?
Nothing really, just, everybody knows that it was posted, the DEQ violation that was there, and that it's been, taken care of, and the paperwork has been back to DEQ. We just had some computer glitches at the time, and the samples didn't, get sent, and, I know that Spencer said he documented it, but for some reason, anyway, why they weren't sent, but DEQ did not.
Which DEQ violation was this one?
That was the one that was just recently that we had just before,
That you and I talked about?
yep,
Yes, that was a violation that happened, if I remember, in July, if I remember correctly?
October.
Okay.
It was October ones when we had the computer
Yep.
glitches
Yep.
and stuff, and,
Correct. Yep, okay.
you had said that you had, told them that you had some computer problems, or whatever, what was the problems
Right,
with it.
correct.
And for some reason, they didn't catch it, so we rectified it, we posted it 3 places, waited the 7 days, and then sent it back to them, to tell them what we did. And that was the only correspondence that we had during the month.
There was,
Okay.
excuse me, I don't mean to interject, but there were 2 claims also, and for things that have happened with, I think from the electric, and Northwestern Energy or Air Tube Electric, one of those. Anyway, MMIA sent a old, okay?
Oh, for the
Property damage claim.
property damage claim.
That
yeah.
was,
I know,
the one.
what I just need to say is anytime you get a claim like that with a hold on it, litigation hold, it means get all your information that you have, don't dispose of it, because they're gonna need it in order to defend the claim against the claim.
And they're in a file.
Okay.
Put up, so.
But anybody working on those and has knowledge of it, if they have documentation, including photographs and so forth, for the litigation, hold on to all that, keep it in the file, so that MMIA will have it available to them. But
Okay. Great West Engineering draw request number 21.
Make a motion to approve draw 21.
Second it.
Do I need to read that draw, or is that just, no? Okay. So we have a motion to accept the draw 21 for, from R&D grant funds. Do we have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now Shirley will have to sign that?
Yes, I will do. I have a letter from Eleanor that she needs to sign, and we'll send it to you where it needs to go. And then-
if they need it right away though, he can act in her place since he's the president.
And I can get that one for you.
Especially since he's presiding over the.
Yeah. I can sign it. I can hold it for you.
Okay, yeah, if you get it now, I'll sign it for you.
Okay.
That way it's a done deal. Public comments for those items not on the agenda. Spencer.
I'll jump in first. A couple months ago, I just mentioned to try to help Jan out about credit card billing, giving the people the additional option of paying their water bill via a credit card. And I know Jan was gonna look into it, and we have the lady from Bridger here. Do you guys accept credit cards in Bridger?
We do accept credit cards through a website called PayGov.
And that's what I think I
Yeah,
looked at, okay.
the town of Bridger, it doesn't cost us a thing. The credit card company, PayGov, charges, say their bill's $75, it'll do one charge for $75 and then like a $3.95 convenience fee. They'll see 2 separate charges on their account. One goes to PayGov, one comes to us. It's directly deposited into our bank account. We get an email if somebody does it online, or even if we do it in my office, we get an email alerting us. It is really nice. We actually have an amazing amount of people that are willing to pay $4 to pay
That's
with
what I
their
was gonna
card.
ask, how many people
I
actually
can't
take
believe it.
advantage of that?
A lot more. People are becoming more and more aware of it every year. It wasn't that highly used when I first started, but I don't think a lot of people realized it was an option. As we've promoted it a little more, people don't mind paying the fee, which amazes me because I wouldn't pay it, but a lot of people are willing. So yeah, it does. It gets quite a bit of use. I would say we probably still only have 4 or 5. No, that's probably not accurate. I would say like 9 or 10 a month probably
Yeah.
that pay with their card. So it's getting to be more and more all the time.
9 or 10 people a month pay with
I
their
would
card?
say, yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
about it.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
cost the city anything
Costs
at all?
us nothing. Nope,
Okay.
just a little bit of time and effort to keep it balanced, but that's about it.
And then it's all controlled in the computer, right? It's all documented and everything, or is that something?
Yeah, it's a website and then we enter it into utility billing just as we would as if somebody gave us a check or cash. It's the same.
So it's a
We
manual.
enter it the same way. It's still a manual entry into utility billing, yeah.
Okay.
And you get an email too, right?
We do, we get an email from PayGov anytime someone pays.
So you can be
So,
notified.
yep, because we have a button on our website that says pay now. You can click that and it takes you right to the PayGov website and allows you to pay right there versus coming into my office. People can do it at midnight, which is what some people like, the convenience of paying their bills at midnight, because I'm not there. So they really, I would say that's when it's most highly used, is late in the evening when people want to pay their bill.
That was my question, that's what I wanted, was to spark the conversation, thank you. That's all I had.
It's just a matter of calling the company and getting set up. He does everything, from what I understand. It was set up when I took over, but he does literally everything. He gets you all set up.
What do you think of that, Jen?
If it gets some of the bills paid that needs to be paid, I'm all for it. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, we want the town to run efficiently, and if that's one way to do it, then that's one way to do it.
I think that'd be a nice feature for these people that have that large bill. They can put it on their credit card that has a $10,000 limit, then it's their issue, they're paid up with you guys, said and done.
That's true.
It'd be nice to drag Fromberg into the 21st century, kicking it straight.
20th century, yeah, first.
I pay utilities with a bank of paper, we pay utilities.
Well, you guys think it's
I
something
don't
out there?
swear. I don't think so. We don't have a bank.
The other option we offer is an ACH, an automatic draft out of someone's checking account. That also doesn't cost us anything, it's through the Bank of Bridger, Teresa can set it up for you. That's really nice too, we just automatic withdraw on the 10th of each month. There's a way to do that in utility billing also. You still have to manually enter each payment, but it's not any different than a check.
Okay.
So that would be a nice option also. Some people like that automatic withdrawal.
Yeah.
So we can offer both in the future, so that they can do either or. Because ACH, they'll have to get their permission.
Yeah,
As far as
it's through their checking
checking
account,
account,
then you
so-
use the checking account number and the routing number, and you just pull it out of the account. So we just send an email right out of utility billing and let them know what day we're gonna pull it and how much. It auto-populates out of utility billing, the amount they owe. So.
Do you have time to pursue that, Jen?
Oh, I can try. I've got a
You
list,
got a lot on
I
your
got a
plate.
list.
You got a lot on your
I
plate.
may not be tomorrow, but no, at least we get
Let's
some.
put that on your list,
Right.
and when you get an opportunity, let's
Okay.
look into it.
All right.
Yeah. I think it'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
with
nice.
the letters that we send out for the billing discrepancies and we can add that in there and says, for your, convenience, we're looking into this and if
Right.
you'd be, if you are
Or
willing.
coming soon, maybe,
Or coming soon,
something
or
like that.
if, just to get an idea how many people would be interested in either one. So that, we're not, we go through all the trouble and implement it and then nobody, But if we give them a heads up, hey, this is what we're trying, plan on doing,
Well, like she
maybe,
said, it's gonna take a while to get people.
yeah. But, there's gonna be some that are gonna go right away, boom, with a credit card, or
Right away,
with a, I don't have to come in, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. But,
Because I personally have friends that they like to do that, everything by card.
yeah.
They don't like to leave their home to pay bills.
But I'm just thinking if we do, or maybe if I can find some time, just put like a newsletter out. This is what's coming.
Yeah. Dottie, you got a question?
I do, I couldn't really hear when you were talking. Is it an option for the people to go into the bank and pay it, or do they have to have you pull it from there?
With the ACH, we pull it directly out of their account because we set it up beforehand. They give us their checking account number and they sign a form giving us permission to do that. Bridger has something set up with the Bank of Bridger where you can walk right into the Bank of Bridger and pay it, and the tellers there record it for us, and then they keep a sheet and we pick up the sheet.
Okay.
I don't recommend that as highly as I do the ACH and the PayGov because there is a lot of human error involved in that, and I do spend time chasing down discrepancies.
Okay.
It's not an altogether bad system, but I wouldn't recommend it as highly as I would the ACH and the PayGov.
Yeah. They're more accurate.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Did that answer your question? That answered your question?
Yes.
I have and I realize you're new, I'm not picking, but we really need to pay a lot more attention to agendas. Last month, we had the agenda that wasn't posted, then it was posted. Then I didn't realize that I got outside and I said, there's no executive session on the agenda. And Audrey and Curtly said, yes, there is, Tammy. And they handed me their deal and I looked at it and it did say executive session. But the one that was posted at the post office had no executive session.
Yeah, it did.
No, it did not last month.
Oh, last one.
I have a picture of it.
Oh, I have a picture of the new one.
And in the meanwhile, when they are posted Friday night, it has always been in the past that Wednesday was the last day that you could get on the agenda if you had something to be on the agenda. Should be posted by Thursday, because you have Thursday, Friday, Monday, because they did not count Saturday and Sunday, which are not legal or business days. And so here we sit, and we're getting them out late Friday night being posted.
My understanding, as what I was told when I was taught, was 3 days.
It's
48 hours. 48 hours notice. I was not told
Okay.
that it was supposed to be
Business
work days or business days. It was just 48 hours notice.
Just 48 hours
Notice
period.
is what I was told.
Saturday at 7 p.m. is her
That
deadline.
makes sense.
Minus Sunday at 7 p.m. That's her
Okay,
deadline.
well, I always
48 hours.
noticed you guys have yours out way ahead.
No, I posted mine at 6:30 yesterday.
Yeah, but 6:30 yesterday, and your meeting is Tuesday.
Right, that's
Right.
literally 48 hours in advance, 48 hours and 30 minutes.
That's what I
It's,
get
yeah,
second.
some days I have them out on Fridays.
But because,
Okay, but it's
because of the day
absolutely
they
not
have it on,
guaranteed.
it gives them a business day.
Might have been.
Right.
Well, it makes it bad, and here's why it makes it bad. Somebody comes in Friday to get their mail, and they look on that, and if the agenda's not up there, they don't think there's a meeting. They walk off and they leave. And then when you guys put something important, okay, they go for the weekend. They go to work Monday morning, they don't swing by the post office, and, you know, they come home, forget about it, and to them, it looks underhanded.
I can
Well,
see that.
yeah, but in defense
We
of
can probably help.
everybody that, you know, we're just now, Jan's
No,
just
I
getting
said I'm
started.
not picking, I
know.
understand we're new.
And, but just so everybody knows,